Hey everybody, it's Guido from South Hills, and let's talk about Python, okay? Written by another Guido, but um, everyone hears of Python. It's a super popular language. We hear about it used in machine learning. We hear about it used in scientific computing. We know about it used in web development in the internet. But I was doing a presentation for a local school, and I wanted to come up with like some interesting other case where Python is being used. So here's what I came up with. Watch this. Do you know what that is? Okay. That is a data center. Happens to be Facebook. Okay. That is one data center that happens to power Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Now, since they built that thing, they've actually expanded the thing over double the size. And you know what they have in there? They have servers. These are just computers that are connected together. And there are lots of them, tens of thousands of them. So do you think one person can control them all? Can you go to each one and log in and set it up, make a change? No, we need something else. We need some Python. Okay, check this out. Facebook relies on fleets of servers and data centers all over the globe, all running applications and delivering the performance our services need. This is why we need to make sure our hardware is reliable and that we can manage server failures at scale with as little disruption as possible. Hardware components fail for all sorts of reasons: material degradation, a device being used beyond its endurance level, or manufacturing defects. That's what it might look like inside that data center. Just rows and rows and stacks of servers connected by wires. So what happens if something goes wrong? Well, they use Python. They periodically run a tool called Machine Checker that's written in Python. Every server is checked to detect hardware and connectivity failures. If it finds something, it creates an alert in a centralized alert handling system. Then a tool called FBAR, Facebook Auto Remediation, picks up the alert and actually tries to solve the problem itself. That's written in Python. Tries to fix the problem, it tries to self-heal. If FBAR can't bring the server back to healthy, then the failure is passed to another tool called Cyborg, which I'm pretty sure is also Python, which executes lower level remediations such as firmware and kernel upgrades. And it might even just re-image the whole server, start from scratch and just reinstall it. And if it still doesn't fix it, it calls a human. It literally just auto triggers some signal and some person that works at the data center goes and fixes the problem. Unbelievable. Python with Python and some more Python to auto heal that data center when things go wrong. That's just a little workflow of the failure and remediation flow. And if Python can't fix it, somebody like this has to go in, pull out various components, make changes, push the thing back in, and then it will go back under management of the Python. Really, really, really cool. That's another picture of a data center. Look at all the wires that connect all this. Every time you go to Instagram or Facebook, your request is traveling down those wires. The other thing I wanted to show off here before I do this demo 21% of Facebook infrastructure's code base is Python. Millions of lines of code. And look at that. That FBAR service I was talking about, it's developed and maintained by just 2 engineers. But according to the most recent metrics, it's doing the work of approximately 200 full-time system admins. 50% of Facebook infrastructure is now managed by FBAR, and it's just wild. That Python is running code that's just taking up the job of 200 full-time sysadmins. That's why you can run these super huge interconnected cloud data centers, because of Python.